Hey, boys and girls, look at what King Palm sent me. Brand new polo. Yeah, looking good, even stitched in. King Palm for all your cones and wrap needs. Got them over at the UNS Wholesale. Let me get it, put some in your store. I've even got displays. You need them. You need them. Thanks, King Palm. It's a nice shirt. I like it. And other companies out there, if you want old Chad to be repping your brand, wearing your shirts, I got you. I got you. So, yeah, man, Supreme Court. Not only are they doing other big things politically, but they're going to try to take on the FDA. What? The FDA? What? Can that be so? Man, you ain't going to believe what the FDA is being accused of. Unfairly blocking marketing of the flavored e-cig. Can that be so? Well, not a big USA Today fan, but they wrote a little article about it. Thought you'd like to hear about it. It come out today, 24 minutes ago. The Supreme Court will decide the FDA unfairly blocked marketing of flavored e-cigs. Jimmy the Juice Man, Peachy Strawberry, Suicide Bunny, Mother's Milk. Like breast juice? I don't know. Breast juice? Num, 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 num. And cookies. Killer custard blueberry? Good grief, man. Wonder what that tastes like. I mean, blueberry, like curdled custard, like it's bad. As you know, it's killer. You have to eat that or something. But anyway, I'm here just to prove it, man. I'm highlighting them. Suicide Bunny Mother's Milk. Ugh. Whatever. The Supreme Court said Tuesday it will decide the federal government is unfairly blocking the marketing of flavored e-cigarettes. The industry contends the FDA has imposed a de facto ban on non-tobacco flavored products. Now, hand to God, I've done several articles and I've said publicly, according to the FDA. Now, if you go back and watch them, I do say according to, not according to Chad. I'm not a lawyer. But I have said they are effectively banned according to the FDA. Instead of considering the likelihood that flavored e-cigarettes will help smokers, and it is a likelihood, switch to less dangerous alternatives, the manufacturers argue the FDA is focusing primarily on the risks that non-smokers will be enticed into using tobacco products. Well, as you all know, man, I am a big advocate of the term the kids. What about the kids? When really it's what's that retailer over there doing? How come he's selling it to kids? How come the gas station attendant is selling it to the 15, 16-year-old? And how come our police officers aren't arresting somebody? Well, mainly because nobody's swearing out warrants against these people and nobody's bringing charges against these people. The police just do not do their job unless they're made to do it, just like anybody else, in all honesty. And remember, man, the police has got people to chase down for cocaine and heroin and meth and all that other garbage and violence and beating their kids and all this stuff, man. They got a job to do, and e-cigarettes ain't one of them. So just letting you know, that they're not going to just stop in and run, scams on these retailers, with the kitty police and saying, "Hey, man, how come you sold it to this kid?" They're not going to do that, man. You got to swear out warrants against these people and cause them hurt and pain. Okay. And anyway, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to show you a little bit right here. The FDA's regulatory regime has been anything but reasonable. The manufacturers, distributors, and retailers of e-cigs told the court. There's a class action suit on these people, man. That's what I've been talking about. And they I know some people involved in this, and they put a lot of money into it because they're manufacturers of this stuff. And God bless them. It's going to take a lot of money to fight it in the FDA with the FDA. The FDA says that it properly approved the marketing of certain tobacco flavored e-cigarette products while denying the marketing of more than 1 million products with other flavors, including those meant to taste like candy, fruit, and desserts. That adults shouldn't like that, right? Right? We shouldn't even begin to like it, chocolate or apples or oranges or grape or lemon or custard or mother's milk. Mother's milk. Good Jesus. And so let me get back to this mother's milk. The products pose a serious, well-documented risks of attracting young people to the use of tobacco. Well, it's the use of nicotine, but the government's attorney told the Supreme Court. So let's just be real. If the government would focus on the retailer from selling this to these people, these kids, the kids, that would stop this. Now, I'm tired of telling these people this, man. But if they would focus on taking people's license, if they would focus on locking people up, if you're selling this to children, you're part of the problem, man. I've done many a video on it. Many. Never back down from that statement. Adults are going to do what adults is going to do. If you want to smoke cigarettes, smoke. You can. If you want to e-cig, what's the problem? What's the problem? Although it is possible that an applicant could show that the benefits of a particular flavored product outweigh its harm, the FDA has denied authorization to applicants that have failed to make that showing. Most courts have sided with the FDA as manufacturers have challenged the agency's decision, but the Fifth Circuit in January said that the government sent manufacturer on a wild goose chase. In the South, that what that means is because it is in New Orleans, that's where the Fifth Circuit is. That wild goose chase is just you're not going to catch it. You're not going to catch a wild goose. After the companies spent untold millions to comply with the approval process, the appeals court said the FDA imposed new testing requirements without any notice. Worse, after telling manufacturers that their marketing plans were critical to their applications, the FDA candidly admit that it did not read a single word of the 1 million plans. So now the Supreme Court wants a piece of that action. And they want to know what's up. All of a sudden, it seems like the Supreme Court's got some cojones, and they were willing to get into the fray. For once, maybe the courts are going to work for us, the smoke shop industry, not the United States people, and for the people too, because how would we be selling so much of it if the people didn't want it? Ask yourself that. They don't want the tobacco flavor. They don't want the menthol. Now, some do. Some do want that. And if you do, those flavors are out there, boys and girls. And you know it because you're already selling them. Stop. Don't be foolish. It's a prohibition. It don't have to be. Let's collect that tax money. Put it to work. Just like you should for that MJ. Federally make that thing legal. Ugh. Don't get me started. Way to go, Supreme Court. Now, it's going to be a minute before they hear it, though, because they're out of session. But you will know something because they want a piece of the action. Good.